Welcome back, COD Squad. Splitting Wigs back with another video. This time we're going over Call of Duty Vanguard and what I think after 1 week. And I am almost to 3rd Prestige because I got to play this game a ton because I went to a LAN event and I got to just grind 3 straight days when the game first launched, which really was nice. I got to learn this game pretty much inside and out already. So, I'm really looking forward to this review. At the end of the video, I'm going to do actually a map tier list where I'm going to put it in a spreadsheet and give my final thoughts on what I think of the game after 1 week. But at the beginning here, we're going to go over some of the good, and then we're going to go over some of the bad, and then we're going to go over some of the broken, because this game's not perfect by any means. But right out of the gate, I got to say, solid launch. I got to say that Sledgehammer did a good job. I mean, they didn't, they had a lot to work from, being like a Modern Warfare reskin, kind of. So it was kind of to be expected. But I mean, the game works well, servers work well, haven't had too many game-breaking crashes or glitches, so that's great. I haven't heard too many. I know with Modern Warfare when it launched and some of the other games, just crushing and bricking systems and PCs and just causing major issues. They have not had that, so that's very good. Now the game is super content filled. I mean, 16 maps. The challenges and the camos and just everything in general. I mean, I could grind this game until April and have no chance. If I could grind from now till April, I'd probably still not finish, what they've given us so far, which is excellent. That's phenomenal. Probably the most complete and put together launch of a Call of Duty that I can remember in quite some time, to be honest. And while we're on the good, I mean, I'll get into the full list. They're not all good, but we got to say that the maps in general are solid. They're very, not 100% what you would say a Call of Duty map would be, but they've at least given you routes and ways to still, with lower footstep audio, be able to work your way around a map and actually be able to move and not have to just like slow play. I mean, you're seeing some slow play in the gameplay right now, but this map's one of the ones that are on, my bad list. But that being said, some of the reasons why I probably enjoy the maps more so than I usually do, I would say, is because of the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is combat pacing. I mean, that has to come back in every Call of Duty going forward. Like, that is one of the things, just like the engine. This engine has to be on every Call of Duty going forward until they make it better. Well, the combat pacing has to stay in Call of Duty multiplayer going forward until they improve upon that, because it is awesome. It is the reason why maps probably feel and play better, is because a player like myself can put on Blitz and Assault and just have fun. And if you want to be tactical, you can put that on and run like just tactical or tactical and assault only and do away with Blitz. And I think that's why the community has had a pretty good response to this game. More so than anything is that combat pacing has really been able to let people tailor their gaming experience around what they prefer to play like. And it's really been phenomenal. Has to be in every Call of Duty going forward. While we're talking about the good still, we got to say that it looks amazing. I mean, that's to be expected with everything that's gone on with the engine and everything. We knew it was going to look good. However, now we got to get into some of the bad. And the bad is probably going to take a little bit to go through here, because there is a lot of stuff that I dislike about the game. So the bad right now would be, to start off, is, the matchmaking is not great. I mean, I live in the Northeast. We play when there's a ton of people on. And if you play by yourself, you'll get into matches that are like halfway over all the time. And then not only that, with skill-based matchmaking, playing by yourself, the lobbies, for me, are insanely sweaty. I mean, when I was playing by myself at that LAN party, I came home and had a 1.01 KD, which is my lowest KD ever in a Call of Duty, ever. Now, I've been squatted up with my friends, and it's probably, helped a lot, but just in a short 4-day window of playing, I've taken my KD from a 1.01 up to a 1.35 already. So it's made it much more enjoyable with that. But that being said, when you run a squad of 4 or 5 and you're running multiple combat pacings, I've noticed that you get constantly into matches that it never will ever fill the lobby. Let me know below if that's been an issue for you as well. You get into something supposed to be like a 16v16 or 12v12, and it'll load like a 6v5 and you never get any more players. So you're pretty much, even though you're on assault, you're kind of playing like a tactical pace because it didn't fill the lobby correctly. That's super frustrating to me. While we're on the matchmaking in lobbies, why can't we keep lobbies together? Like, I get that skill-based matchmaking is a thing, but if you have two teams that had a relatively close game and nobody had like a 10.0 KD and nobody had like a 4 kill 60 death, like if it was a pretty balanced lobby and it was full and nobody's backing out, keep that lobby together, just roll it in. I mean, I've had plenty of instances where we were talking crap to the other team, or we were, even vibing with the other team in between search and destroys or something like that, where we were laughing, having a good time. Like, keep that stuff together. It makes it for a better Call of Duty experience. And then another just quality of life thing that's super frustrating to me, I complain about it all the time, I'm sure that my teammates get sick of hearing it, but it's player contact. The player contact was an issue when Modern Warfare first came out, so it makes sense that it's too much at the moment. I mean, you can have a teammate that's holding a door and they're ADSing mounted to a door or something, and they'll literally, you can't get through that door. It is borderline, next to the shotguns, ruin DOS house for me, is the player contact. You cannot get through some doors, you get stuck on your teammates, it's super frustrating. Something else is aim assist is super strong in this game. I mean, I'm a controller player, so you think I would like that, but it takes away the skill gap. I think that aim assist is way too strong. It makes for the TTK to feel faster than it is, and then on top of that, I can actually feel when there's enemies on the other side of walls. Like, that's how strong it is in this game. I can ADS a wall and tell you sometimes if there's a player behind it. And then I kind of look like I might be hacking or something like that, so let me know below if you can feel that as well. And since I brought up the TTK is okay. The base TTK I can live with. I know it's a little bit fast, but I can live with it. Some of the other adjustments they've made in the game made it where the TTK is fast, but I can deal with it. Now, that's the base TTK. Now, I'm sure they're working in, when I get to the broken parts of the game, that's what I'm going to talk about, is some of the weapons, but if they can get it to where that base TTK is kind of the standard TTK, that'll make for a huge improvement with what I think of the game. And the one last thing that's bad is kill streaks suck. We've known that since Battlefield 1 and 2. They fixed the kill streak issue and made it a good, balanced score streak where you can get rewarded for playing the objective. Even me, as an insane rusher who plays nothing but objective games because I like to have a really high win-loss at the end of a game's life cycle, even me, I get 3-4 kills off rip with a life. I'm camping. I am camping. You can see it in this gameplay. I camped, and I still was in the objective a good bit, but I camped more than I usually would. That's because of the kill streak system, period. Now, let's get into the absolute broken, busted, and absolute stuff that needs fixed, and I'm sure it will be in the first big patch. But the vital proficiency with the .30 Russian rounds, and then if you can compound that with some of the guns where it makes the headshot multiplier even bigger, those guns end up completely broken. 2-shot kill. I have a video of it for the Type 100 on the channel. That gun is absolutely broken, and that needs to go away, obviously. And then you know what's coming next. It's the shotgun meta right now. The base shotgun is not broken. The base shotgun is pretty solid where they have the base shotguns at in this game. That being said, once you start putting on 10 attachments, obviously the shotguns are completely broken if you've played DOS House in the last like 5 days. Completely broken. Then the other thing is that some of the perks will randomly bug out, or maybe it might even be a bug where all of your perks bug out for the duration of that life. I've noticed that. Or my forward intel will quit working. I think Ghost quits working sometimes. That's super buggy. They got to fix that. And then obviously the challenges not tracking is big for most players. Not so much me. I'm not a big camo grinder. I'm not a big challenge grinder. I do it, but I'm not huge into it. But the fact that they're broken and you can't even do them is a big issue for me. However, that's all I got right now for the good, bad, and broken. Now let's get into my map breakdown and what I think of this game. Alright guys, you can see it here on the screen now. I put together a tier maker tier list for this. If you want to just follow me on Twitter, or just maybe go over to tier maker's website and look up Vanguard map tier list. You can do one of these on your own. Tag me on social media. It'd be pretty cool to see if you guys do these. However, as you can see here, the maps are pretty solid. In the S tier category, we got Dome, Shipment, which will be here next week, and Das Haus. Like, those are absolute epic maps, just amazing maps. A tier, Bocage, or whatever, I don't exactly know how to say that, solid map. Castle, obviously a classic, solid map. Decoy, Eagle's Nest, Hotel Royale is really, I mean, and Tuscan, those are all really good maps. Like, 3 of those I could even possibly put in S tier based on the game mode and how many players. Now we're starting to get down the list a little bit here. These B tier maps are still light years better than like the Modern Warfare maps. Like, everything in my B tier and up are all better than Modern Warfare maps, and better than, you know, a lot of the maps we've had in recent years, in my opinion. We got Berlin, Courtyard, Train Yard, and Market. Some of those are 2v2 maps and stuff like that. I got the 2v2 and the zombie map in here as well. Then the C tier, we got Airstrip, Gavatu, which, I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for that making me laugh thinking of Will Ferrell's character from Zoolander, I probably wouldn't even put it in C tier, probably be in D tier, but I think of Mugatu every time I say it. Oasis, if they didn't have that really good one song that I really like, this would probably be in D tier as well. Oasis sucks. Desert Siege is like one that was in D tier, and it's like slowly growing on me. Like, that one could have honestly been in B tier maybe. Like, that map, I'm starting to learn my routes on that map. It's getting better. D tier is Der Afang. It should have just left it at Der. Like, that, they gotta, zombies needs work in this game. It's not horrible, but it's pretty slow paced, a little bit boring. And then Red Star, trash map, just get it out of the game. Numa can play okay in certain game modes, but for the most part, it's like you just run around the exterior and you just stay out of the center. You just run circles around that map, and that's all you do. And then Subpenis. I mean, this is like, honestly, up there with like some of the worst maps ever put in any Call of Duty. That's how bad Subpenis is, in my opinion. Anyway, I just gotta say right now, Vanguard at the base, at the core, is a solid Call of Duty with a couple tweaks. I really think you should buy it, play it, grind it. It's a good Call of Duty. It's fun. Once they slow down the TTK and get some of the busted things out of the game, gonna be a great game, guys. Anyway, Splitting Wigs out. Catch you on the next one.